Hey guys, Fantastic Mr. S here again, and you're watching Dangerously Rockin' Reviews! I'm just gonna say this right now, I don't like Imagine Dragons. Yeah, that's right, I don't like Imagine Dragons. What are you gonna do about it? Throw your junk at the screen? Go ahead, I dare ya. Cause I'm gonna pan this next song big time. It's called Radioactive. Well, I guess I won't be too hard on it, cause the song does have a decent opening. It's got a nice atmosphere and some good build-up to it, so I'd say it's off to a good start. So naturally, you'd expect it to amount to something big and epic. And then it all goes downhill from here. I mean, what the hell is this? Did you guys seriously just go all electropop on us completely out of nowhere? Because this sounds nothing like the intro we just heard a minute ago. I mean, come on guys, you're not making a Skrillex track, you're making Radioactive!
I'm breaking in, shaping up, then checking out on the prison bus.
And then we got that classic R&B vocalization that every pop singer's now using. I don't know why, I've just never liked that style of singing. At least, not since the 90s. If you don't have problems with it, great. But me, I got issues with it.
Checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa.
Oh, great, now you're bringing the apocalypse into this? Okay, first you guys take a dump on that great intro of yours with all this electronic bullcrap, and now you ruin the apocalypse for me? Oh, Jesus Christ, how could this song get any worse?
Welcome to the new age, to the new age.
You guys are making dragons suck. After all these years of the association of dragons and music being cool, Imagine Dragons had to come in and ruin it. Seriously! This song's got 4 of the worst musical cliches ever! You've got the electronic sounds where there shouldn't be any, the R&B vocalizations, placing badass things out of context, and having the whoa sounds at the forefront of your song! That's 4 cliches, people! 4 cliches! And I'm gonna make a list about that later, make no mistake. Ronnie James Dio would be disappointed in you guys. But those problems are just parts of why Radioactive doesn't work. The biggest issue with this song as a whole is that it wants to be both poppy and epic at the same time. Kind of like those orchestral scores you hear in the movies. First Fall Out Boy tries to do that, and now Imagine Dragons. When will these people learn that this is a failed experiment? The only band that ever came close to achieving that balance was Coldplay. And that's because they had a sound that was pretty much all their own. While we're on the subject, I should point out, Imagine Dragons just sounds like a cheap Coldplay knockoff. Hell, why don't we just call Imagine Dragons a Coldplay ripoff band? To its credit though, it at least has some nice guitar work. In fact, I'd say the guitars are the best thing about the song, especially the guitar solo at the end. It's just too bad you can only hear it in the remix version with Kendrick Lamar. And speaking of remixes, never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually kinda glad this song got its own remix version. That's not saying much though, cause it's basically just the same recording. Only this version has the guitar solo and Kendrick Lamar on it. And I gotta say, I love Kendrick Lamar's performance on here. He definitely knows how to rap.
Bury me alive, bury me with pride, bury me with berries, that forbidden fruit and cherry wine. Thank you very much, but tonight's my night and I'm buried by swinging for the fences, barbaric Kendrick and idle time, everything.
I especially like how he builds up his vocal range as he goes along, to the point where he almost goes all Dave Grohl on our asses.
Tell me I trust, the couple months, tell me you love me, tell me that I don't give a fuck, I can barely decide. Wish you could lift up my enemies, all of my energy. Go to the almighty God, I get drowned in a bottle of Hennessy. Fuck you amenities, I'm getting better with time.
Yeah, that section alone blows the rest of the song out of the water. Sadly, that's not enough to save this song. Nor is that guitar solo. But do I think this song could have worked? Of course it could have! I think it could have made Imagine Dragons the next Pink Floyd. That's what I think. If they just put more focus on the good stuff instead of trying their damnedest to appeal to the younger demographic, it probably would have resulted in a much better song. Hell, I would have loved to see more involvement from Kendrick Lamar. Because hey, if it worked for Simple Plan to have Sean Paul as a guest vocalist, it should have worked for Imagine Dragons. But as it is, Radioactive doesn't do a thing for me. Again, it has its strengths, but there's just too few of them to make up for its weaknesses. It's not one of the worst songs ever, but as far as rock songs go, it's definitely one of the weakest. Having said that, if you do decide to give it a listen, I'd suggest listening to the remix. At least for what it's worth. I give the original version a fail. Fail! The remix version, however, I'm giving that a marginal epic average. Epic average. I'm the fantastic Mr. S, and you're watching Dangerously Rockin' Reviews!